Oh yeah, man. The Hawk has arrived at FaM anniversary. Alright, Shove It Squad. Welcome to Ring of the Hawk. But before I get started wailing on these rating killers, I got one thing to say. If you know a wrestler who can do the J-O-B to the H-J-W-K any night, any day, ha ha! Shove their name in the live channel below or on the side or wherever it is.
Do you always have to start your conversations with that stupid intro?
Shove It Squad, looks like we just found one who's doing the JOB tonight. Or perhaps a punch to the GUT. Remind me to ask Rom for a raise, because working with a stain like you tonight is going to be worse than spending 10 years working for TNA creative departments.
What does this have to do with TNA? We're in FaM. And speaking of, we got to review all the pay-per-views leading to tonight in order to recap all the old and new viewers. I am going to do a job, and I'm going to do a job well done, because we both got a job to do here, Marky. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, the Hawk. And I take my work seriously.
And that's why they hired me first. You're just second fiddle, so shove that truth.
Is that so? Well then, if that's the case, why don't you start us off first?
Don't mind if I do. It's time to enter the Ring of the Hawk. First event, FaM Royal Rumble 2010. Crappy quality, crappy wrestlers, 2 CM Punk wannabes, a Triple H knockoff, and a Chris Jericho clone fight for the FaM World title. One of the CM Punk wannabes wins and becomes the first ever FaM World Champion. This pay-per-view gets an F for FaM.
That CM Punk wannabe, who is Andy Badwell by the way, unsuccessfully defends the championship against Black Heron. But then the new world champion turns against the people and forms an evil alliance. Not a bad event, but it's definitely aged by today's standard.
Event 3, Cyber FaM Day 2011. 2 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cash in at Money in the Bank and become the new champion. Crappy event. No wonder it's no longer available on YouTube. Can't even give it an F because you can't find it anymore. What am I to say?
Black Heron regains the championship. Yep, again. Seems like the championship is being hot potatoed.
In other words, it's just like this next event, Extreme Rules 2011. The CM Punk wannabe returns with an even crappier look after Red Lipstick here defends the championship in an elimination chamber. Unwatchable, predictable crap. This gets an S.
Ron Buster betrays Andy and helps Black Heron retain the championship. 2TM returns and wins the Royal Rumble. Good for its time, but borderline unwatchable in today's standard.
FAMniversary 2. The 2 CM Punk wannabes face each other to see who the ultimate fanboy is. And then 2 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles defeats Golden Cane Mask for the belt, and then turns against the fan. Didn't this happen at the first FAMniversary? These wrestlers can't even stop being unoriginal on their own show. Also, Justin Bieber was here, and no one punched him in the gut. Just for that, it gets an S.
Ron Buster becomes the GM of FaM after defeating 2TM, but then Black Heron and Andy Badwell return and attack Rom. The whole thing is up on YouTube if you like watching 360p VHS wrestling.
Event 9, Survivor Series 2013. Ron Buster loses his GM spot to those 2 dorks when it turns out there was a third dork who turned out to be Stigma. This whole thing is an NWA Bash at the Beach ripoff. They figured that, and so the next night they kicked the guy off the group. No doubt this gets an F.
This group known as Betrayal helps their self-proclaimed leader win the championship again. Then a non-Sting 2TM returns all inside the Elimination Chamber in a pay-per-view called Extreme Rules. 2TM really likes ripping off his own peers, does he? Oh yeah, he also cashes in a mysterious hidden Money in the Bank that went missing back a year ago and becomes the new champion. Just a small side detail.
Royal Rumble 2014, the Emo Prince retains the title against the Emo King, and Sean Nova wins the Royal Rumble match. Also, Johnny Bravo returns at number 41 and threw the lead with the Betrayal through a window, which is always good fun. So I'll give this event a D, as in it can't suck my—
Whoa. Event 12, Famiversary 3, Ron Buster falls and fails at Hell in a Cell against Black Heron in a hilarious finish. Sean Nova gets fired before the show, and Andy Badwell takes his main event spot against 2TM. Andy then immediately defends against Black Heron when the leader of Betrayal demands Andy to just hand the belt over to him. Also, we come to find out that there's a new hidden general manager who somehow took the power away from BH by force. Oh great, another power struggle situation.
Ha ha ha, you have no idea. Cyber FaM May 2015. Ron Buster wins a match against the Mystery GM's right-hand man and gets a shot to face the general manager himself. Also, the dumbest thing happened. 2 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, after fighting against Betrayal for a full year, joined forces with them and they helped them win back the world title against Andy. What kind of M. Night Shyamalan twist is this? This man is so inconsistent, just like this show. Also, some jobber named Cameron Bash debuted. Yeah, this gets an F.
Survival 2016, oh boy. Team Rom faces off against the GM's team, and if Rom wins, he reclaims the spot of general manager. At the end, the general manager appeared in the ring all covered up like a mall Santa. But then, he proceeded to beat the everlasting shit out of Rom. Yeah, the boy got wrecked, and when he took off his mask, he revealed himself to be Rom's own brother, Rannick. Then we come to find out that Rannick was actually a founder of FaM that was banned by the other founders for being too savage. And yeah, I don't blame them. The man is freaking OP.
Overpowered much? The guy makes Brock Lesnar look like he can do the JOB. Because then at Pandora he whooped Andy Badwell like he owed him money. Then he sent out his goons and Black Heron to finish the job. But Black Heron was done playing the fool, so he turns on Rannick and causes Merc to get taken down by Andy. Oh, and then that jobber Bash cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase to win the title. Yeah, there was a ladder match much earlier for that. Bash won the briefcase and cashed it in. That's when I stopped giving a shit about the world title. I'll give this event an R because it stands for Rannick, and Rannick gives rated R ass whoopings. Just like the hawk on your girl.
FaM Royal Rumble 2017. BH went toe-to-toe with Rannick until Rannick cut off his toes and beat that man as well. Then, in another twist, Ron Buster wins the Rumble match, and in another twist, Ron Buster challenges his own brother for the title of General Manager for Famiversary. Oh, and that jobber Bash retained the World Championship against Merc. And speaking of Merc, that inconsistent backstabber turned on BH during the Rumble, so he betrayed the leader of Betrayal. Oh, that's sweet irony right there.
Famniversary 4, the big one, as in a big pile of crap. The jobber, Bash, defended the title against a larger jobber. Nobody cared. The two emos fought in an I Quit match, where the guy who screamed the most in pain would lose, so it was a very close battle. Heron ended up winning that one. And then the biggest load of crock happened when even after Rannick wrecked his brother like an AEW media scrum, he still ended up losing. So Ron becomes the new GM. But in another Shyamalan twist, it turned out that Rannick was actually right and was the one preventing a civil war from within FaM. The JOB jobber Cameron Bash rounded up all the other jobbers who were being bullied by Black Heron and his goons for the past 5 years and formed a group called AWOL. Do I need to explain to you what's wrong with this picture? No, this gets another F for Famniversary.
And we get another power struggle scenario. Sheesh. And with that, we arrive at the last FaM event for a long while, Cyber FaM Day 2018, where Ron Buster retains his GM spot against 3 other past horrible leaders, which, let's be honest, Ron being GM would never end up biting FaM in the ass, never. Oh, and then Rannick finished off AWOL as quickly as it started by beating Bash in an Iron Man match for the World Championship. There was an added stipulation that if Bash won, then AWOL would disband, to which the idiot accepted, under the condition that the match was a no disqualification for him only, as if that mattered against Rannick. Only person that can match Rannick would be people like Rannick, which we'll get to.
Oh yeah, we will, because for 2 years there was complete and utter confusion. Where is FaM? Is this the end? It's 2001 WCW all over again. Wow, what a great leader Rom is. Someone smack this guy in the gut and don't give him a free of charge bird dance. Peck out his eye and then he won't have time to cry. Anyway, during all of that, Rannick's former teammates called the Seven Sins, who he trained with for 8 years whilst being banished from FaM, were setting up to pay their old pal a friendly visit. That time came at the return event of FaM, where Rom teamed up with his brother. But after the match, the whole ring imploded like my digestive system. And Rannick's friend said, "Hello, buddy," to which Rannick replied with, "I'm not your buddy, guy."
And not only that, but Rom, the best GM ever, let in that jobber Cameron Bash back in FaM along with that dork Stigma.
Stigma? I thought he was dead.
Guess not, but he did end up nearly killing BH, Andy, and Guns. And not only that, but Rom was forced to give not just Bash and Stigma a contract, but the entirety of the Seven Sins.
What an amazing leader FAM has. King Charles, move over. We're going to give the throne to Rom. Because finally we got the FAM Rumble where our boy Rannick was making Stigma and his goons cry like Tony Khan begging for ratings. But thanks to Rom's past brilliant decisions, Rannick was interrupted by a ghost from his past that ended up taking his place in the Seven Sins. And that fat Casper ended up costing Rannick the match itself. A dumbass ended up winning the Men's Royal Rumble in a finish that would make Vince Russo blush.
That jobber Bash ended up winning the world title prior to this and had to defend it, but nobody cared. The only good thing was that Diamond's Royal Rumble, because at least it was something new.
But even so, that whole story gets an F. But it was funny to watch the dumpster fire that is FAM's story.
You know, Marky, at first I thought you were nothing but, well, a mark. But now that I see how you share the same opinion of FAM like me and how much it blows, I think we're gonna get along just fine.
They're lucky they survived this long, and if it weren't for the money, I wouldn't have stepped foot in this Marky-infested pool. This whole thing makes Control Your Narrative look like the Attitude Era. FAM stands for Forever a Mistake, and all of you fans of this crap can shove it. Make of that what you make. Ha ha!
The biggest event in WWE Games history! The grandest stage of them all! This is what it's all about, right here! History! Legacies in the making!